Вольер с пингвинами. Вот они мало активничают. Очень спокойные. О, пришли их всех кормить. Сейчас будет весело, наверное. О, подвинули. Да, точно, принесли еду. Какую-то штуку принесли. Он сейчас будет что-то нам рассказывать.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for coming out. My name's Anthony. I'm one of the zoo's penguin keepers. Just want to tell you a few things about these guys before we get started with the feeding. We tend to get a lot of same types of questions out here. The most popular questions we get, especially on Sunday night days like today, usually have to do with the weather here in San Francisco and these guys living outdoors. Because generally when we think of this type of animal, we think of things like ice and snow in Antarctica, Happy Feet, March of the Penguins, Chilly Willy, glaciers, igloos, Eskimos, all that type of stuff. So as you all know, penguins are incredibly popular animals. The bad news is, with a lot of their popularity, have come some very misleading stereotypes, and the biggest one has to do with where they live. As a group of birds, penguins happen to be very diverse and wide-ranging. Of the 19 or so penguin species that live on this planet with us right now, there are really only a small handful that you are only going to find in Antarctica. And those are the penguins that seem to get all the attention, which creates that penguins in cold places image. It turns out for the vast majority of penguin species, most of them actually live in very temperate climates. So you're going to find them in places like Australia, New Zealand, Southern Africa, the Galapagos Islands, and then in the case of these guys, South America. So here we have Magellanic penguins. This species
Сказал, что люди думают, что пингвины живут где только снег и лед, но на самом деле они живут в достаточно теплых краях, поэтому здесь, в Сан-Франциско, под открытым небом, они чувствуют себя очень комфортно и хорошо. Сейчас их должны будут кормить.
We started this colony in 1984. The very next year we had the very first breeding success, and since then we've had over 200 penguins hatch here at the zoo. So if you guys come in to visit today, almost every single penguin you see in the colony happens to be a native San Franciscan that hatched right inside these burrows one year or another. Now as you look across the colony, you're going to see that of the 53 penguins, most of them look very similar looking with the black and white feather pattern you would expect.
С 94 года у них здесь колония, очень успешная.
You're going to see 5 birds that look a little different. You'll see these guys have silver gray colored feathers and lack the black and white banding. These are the 5 chicks that hatched here at the zoo about 7 months ago. So at this point they are fully grown.
Пингвиненка, которому месяц, маленький такой. Ой,
come next July, they're going to start off our molting season by losing all the juvenile feathers. That new set that comes in will be black and white like everyone else. I think most people want to see the penguins feed, so we'll get started with the feeding. If you guys have any questions, I would be more than happy to answer them afterwards. It's probably going to take about 5 or 10 minutes.
О, пошли кушать, сейчас призумим немножко. Опа. Пойду обойду с другого ракурса. Где что? Почему зеленый? Нет. Ну, это у них такая, это у них номерок. Это чтобы у них был, это каждый, как бы там его имя пишет. Каждому дает по 2 рыбки. Ну что, пойдем? Или тебе нравится? Видишь, как он интересно? Дает тем, кто больше всего хотят. Некоторые кусаются там, так вот он им дает в первую очередь, чтобы они наелись и уже ушли. Ой, второй записывает, кого покормили, а этот кормит 2 рыбки на пингвина. Такая вот прелесть.